do this.
Let's do it.
Woohoo. How's your coffee?
Right. My coffee is delicious. Good morning, everybody. How are you? We are live with the one and only Alena Rivera. Good morning, Alena. How are you doing?
Oh, good morning. Good morning. I'm great.
Flowers in the background. That's very
yes.
Nice. I know. I'm playing with lighting this morning, and it's dark out because there's tornado warnings all over the place.
We had a tornado warning.
Yeah, and right between Volusia and Seminole, I think, or right around there.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So yeah, it popped up on my phone earlier. Like I checked it just to make sure it wasn't downtown Orlando or Orange County. So I'm just looking at my phone to share the show. But while I do, please introduce yourself. Tell them about Alena Rivera. I love this topic. Every day it still gets done. I think I pulled that from something on your Facebook or a post that you had. And I thought that is the attitude we need. So welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Very excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be on your show. It was great meeting you, about a year ago, and now we're in touch and I get to be on your show. I feel so special.
Well, you are special.
Thank you. No, so a little bit about me. Well, I'm from Minnesota. I came here 5 years ago.
That's the part that throws me. I don't expect you to say that. And when we met and you told me that, I literally forgot it. And when you said it again, I was just as surprised as the first time.
Yeah. So when I first came here, everyone was like, what are you, Alena? Where are you from? Because I have a little bit of Spanish accent with the Minnesota. So I just started telling people I'm Mexisotan. So that's caught on pretty well.
That's good.
It's fitting, because then when I speak Spanish, they're like, esa gringa. Like, she doesn't speak Spanish very well.
She's a gringa. Nice.
Yes, I am a gringa, pero hablo español.
I love it. Poquito.
Sí. No, yo mucho, pero no muy bien. It's with that gringa accent.
Yes, the gringa accent. So what brought you here?
So Florida, from Minnesota to Florida, I would come visit every year for, I used to work in education and student affairs at Carleton College. And I would come here for vacation. And I noticed that we were negative 30 degrees and Florida was living in the 70s and 80s in March. And I was like, oh no, I can't do this anymore.
Minnesota's I've never been, but it's just too close to the Arctic Circle for me. It's just too cold. I can't.
You betcha.
You betcha. Exactly. I think we laughed about that too. You betcha.
They had a snowstorm on Easter. So while we were outside, hiding our eggs, they were there trying to stay warm.
Oh, thank you.
But I came here. I wanted to pursue my dreams. I'm a dream seeker, goal achiever, and it was something I had always wanted. And so I did. I took the plunge and I came here with my 2 daughters, just the 3 of us, and started a new life, literally from scratch. I left everything else behind. I'm one of those.
No family, no family, nobody here. Wow.
Nobody here. So
and what were you planning to do?
So I had a consulting job that I started with, but it was a lot of door knocking. And I didn't realize in June in Florida that I would literally be sweating through my clothes, knocking on people's doors. So I quickly got out of that. And then I went back into education and I was working at Lake Mary Prep for a bit. And I took more than half of a pay cut coming here, and I was like, I can't afford my kids doing this. And a lot of people that I had met along the way had said, Alena, you would be a great realtor. And I used to do that as a part-time job for a good friend of mine, Lisa, back in Minnesota with Vibrant Realty. So I would go in and work part-time hours whenever I wanted to, help her set up her database, do some online social media marketing and whatnot. And so I was like, you know what? I have a little bit of background in that. Let me just go forward. And I did. And I love it. Real estate.
So what was it like? What was it like? Because it's one thing to say, all right, I like it. I like doing the back office kind of stuff. But then when you jump into the sales, what was that like for you?
Well, yeah, very different, right? Because I'm not a salesperson. And that's what I tell people now. They're like, oh, you just want to sell me a house and, get my money, get your commission. I'm like, no. I want to educate you. Yeah. So I'm all about the education part behind it. I love to educate. I've been reaching out to a lot of my friends and they're finding out what I'm doing. And they're calling me now, asking for Zoom calls just to get an idea of like what to do what are those steps to take in order to get approved for a home or to sell their home. And so I'm constantly giving advice, and I love that aspect of it. I'm mentoring and I'm guiding, really important people in my life.
What a great way to frame that. I haven't heard anybody frame that, but you're a mentor, guide,
Yes.
counselor.
Yeah.
You're all sorts of things, but that's such a great way to frame it. Salesy, I think, doesn't work. It's certainly not going to work in whatever the new normal is, I don't think. But salesy before, I never did like to be around anybody who always seemed like they were trying to sell me something.
Exactly. And myself too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I get those calls and I hang up because I'm not interested.
They're not
So I
fun,
do.
right?
Yeah, I feel a little guilty when I cold call some people because since I've been working from home, or since a lot of people are not trying to, we're practicing social distancing and the whole lockdown and everything. I've been picking up my courage to do cold calling, and it's so hard. It takes everything out of me. I'm not gonna lie.
It's such a it's such an old-fashioned way of doing things, and there are people that I know, especially in the real estate world, that thrive on it. They do so
Yeah.
well.
Yes,
They do the expired listings. They work a lot, and
Yep.
I did cold calling when I was in high school. I worked and sold
Okay.
something, I forget. Anyway, it made me great money, but I hated the cold calling part.
Yep.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the relationships, but I guess you have to have some place to start, right?
To
You have to have
start.
some place. What was that like? How did you manage, since you didn't know anyone here? How did you manage to
Yeah.
build up your database and get people to go to utilize you? Or was there
Yeah.
such a big transition between when you got here and when you
No, that
started?
was huge. And you're right. I mean, I had I had the disadvantage, right? Because I didn't go to school. I didn't have jobs prior to this. So it was really like starting from scratch, and building my network. And I just put myself out there. I started paying for those networking events, and I would just go and introduce myself and just try to talk to everyone, in the store. I always wear my name tag, and, just never the secret agent. But I'm friendly. I meet a lot of people along the way, and I just like one way or another, something stands out, and people want to reach back out to me. We became friends on Facebook or Instagram. I mean, thank God for social media, for real. Like, I feel like that's been my godsend for meeting people and just keeping in their minds, for what I do and how I can help them.
Is that what you're doing now? So talk about in this quarantine, lockdown, whatever we're calling it.
Yeah.
What are you doing to keep in touch with your sphere of influence, your database, to kind of keep going in your business?
Yep. So I've been sending out letters. I have these really cool books that I got, like for sale by owner guides and how I sell your home for top dollar. You may have seen them. They like brand you. So I've been
Yes.
sending those out. But yeah, a lot of social media, and it's all in the videos. I seriously was so extremely fearful of going live on Facebook or posting videos, but I just started doing it, and I've been getting a lot of feedback that, like, my messages are appreciated, and people are hearing me and they love them. They're like, oh, great videos, Alena. I love to hear your voice. I love to hear you talk. You're so inspirational. I'm like, oh, thank God, because if my heart beats so fast in my stomach.
Well, you've got that educator's calm talk to you, right? You've got that instructional, but yet I'm here to help you kind of
Yes.
voice. Where are you
Yeah.
coming up with your content ideas? I'm getting
Oh my
asked that
gosh.
question a lot.
That's a good question. I think it's whatever I feel in the moment, like what's not in my heart, and what others may need to hear, because a lot of times, like, I'll record some things and then I'm like, no, I can't put that on. But I've gotten to the point now where if I record something, I just put it on like right away and I don't go look at it again because I don't want to know what I said, how I sounded. Like,
I have never watched one of my own shows, and we're at over 600 episodes total. I just feel like I've got to just say what I have to say and
move on.
move along. But I love that. I think a lot of people make the mistake that they want to have their content be perfect.
Perfect. Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be perfect, guys, especially in this day and age. People are just
Right.
looking to be educated, motivated, entertained. I mean,
Yes.
TikTok is so popular, and
I
that's
know.
strictly entertainment.
I think I'm going to start a TikTok.
We just did a TikTok class. We're going to do a TikTok 2 where we're going to talk about the videos and kind of show what you do. But that is a fascinating platform. But that platform teaches you, look, You just got to go forth and do good. You get 15 seconds or 30 seconds. I forget what you get. That's it. You better just be on and ready and send it. And I think a lot of people get caught up. How does my hair look? How does my makeup look? How's my outfit look? Nobody, I mean, people are going to notice, don't get me wrong, but people want to hear you. They want to hear what your message is. They'd rather you do something than nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So the topic that we picked, and I picked, and I picked it from your Facebook page.
Okay.
Was that, and I've totally forgotten it, but it's basically every single day it still gets done. So talk about that, because you had obviously posted that. I forget what you said around it, but that's such a powerful thing, especially right now when people are feeling cribby, they're feeling so out of touch, to social distancing. Some people have been furloughed, so they don't really feel like it's all getting done every single day.
Right. Yeah, no, it is. I mean, being a single mom, you know, raising 2 kids, trying to run a business, trying to make sure everything is handled in the household. It's definitely been a challenge, but that's something I thrive on, you know, and I some days I don't know, you know, I don't know how it's going to get done, but I don't give up. You know, like I'm a challenge seeker as well. And I love to be challenged. I actually left my career in Minnesota because I didn't feel like I was being challenged anymore. I felt like I was just in the same place. I wasn't growing, you know, it was kind of repetitive, but it wasn't. I was working with different students every day, you know, giving them new advice and counseling. But I wasn't being challenged anymore. And I just put it in my head that no matter what, you know, if I keep a positive attitude about it, it will get done. It will happen. And it has. Every goal I've set out for myself, I've accomplished. I don't know how. I mean, I do with a good faith. But
that's honest,
you know,
right there. I think sometimes we don't know how, right? People are like, how do you do a show? How do you do, like, this week it'll be another 30 shows. How do you do 30 shows? Well, you just do it. It just gets, like you said, like every single day it still gets done. I don't know how I do it. I can tell you I'm 1000% exhausted by 6 o'clock in the evening. But it's a good exhausted. I feel good about the content we put out. I feel good about the people coming on and sharing about their small business or about their journey. And I think people are hungry for that. So if I can help anybody, that feeds me, right? You have to, I think you get tired physically and maybe even mentally, but you have this feeding that you get when you're counseling or you're guiding or mentoring one of your clients. It's a great feeling when it all comes together and they've bought the house of their dreams or they've sold the house that they wanted to sell. So
it's very empowering. Yes.
It really is empowering. So what kind of stuff from your education world do you bring to, other than the calm voice that I think you have?
Thank you very
what
much.
kind of tools, what kind of tools have you brought in? I think it's interesting when a lot of realtors come from a different arena. They come from something they did beforehand. And of course, you're going to bring whatever you learned, good or bad, to real estate. So what have you brought positive from the education world to your
from the education world? I think it's my ability to teach. You know, there's a lot of unknowns in real estate in general, unknowns, you know, and so I'm just constantly, like, it comes up in conversation with my friends, you know, whether they want to hear about it or not. It comes up, you know, because, for example, I have a friend, she wants to move, but she wants to rent. And well, why would you do that? You know, and just like having that real adult, you know, mature conversation and, you know, like, well, do you really think that's smart? You know, if you're putting all of that money towards rent and deposit, you could put that money towards a house and secure something. Well, then, you know, well, I don't want to stay there. What if I want to leave? Okay, then you rent it out. And that's wealth for your family. That's a passive income for your family. So it's the ability to, I think, just take any conversation, but I want to teach people. I am a teacher. I'm a lifelong learner. I'm a lifelong teacher. And that's where I met you at a training event. I'm always going to those training events. You know, Ted, that is the biggest struggle for me right now, is not getting out to those new learning training environments. I'm thirsty.
Oh, it's so hard. And, you know, everybody's, they're offering a lot of stuff via video. And I wasn't a believer in Zoom until I had to do it. So you can definitely do creative things with social media in this day and age. However, I miss the sitting next to someone. I miss the interaction with the audience in person. I know that that's all going to come back, whether it's slowly or not. I miss the hugs. You know, all of that little stuff that you just took for granted. I feel bad for people who are truly isolated alone, because I
Yeah.
have my wife, I've got two of my kids here, so I can still give hugs and get
Yeah.
hugs. But
Right.
I feel bad for people who are really feel bad for people who are just by themselves and they don't get
Yes.
that physical interaction at all.
Yeah.
So what do
Yeah.
you think is going to happen because I had a show earlier with Jason Schofield and we were talking about how all of the executive orders, everything's pretty much up May 3rd unless Governor DeSantis does something different. What do
Mhm.
you think, assuming that we do open up, whatever that looks like, what are you going to do differently in your business? You're going to bring some of the things that you have been doing during the quarantine into the new normal, or are you just going to go,
Absolutely.
forget that, I just want to go back to the way it was?
No, absolutely. I'm just being cautious, safety, keeping, I mean, I still want to keep my distance. I always wash my hands and bring my Lysol wipes, like we never know what we're touching when we're going into these places, and I've seen some pretty bad places. Um, but no, I think the biggest thing for me is I really want to step up my digital game, and just become super, super knowledgeable and an expert with digital marketing. That's where it's at. Everything is going digital now, and that's our world has already been transitioning to that. So why not just, become a pro? That's it. Actually my goals. I ordered a book, to become a digital marketing pro and using all the platforms. I'm actually, today I'm going to hire a virtual assistant to help me put together a YouTube channel and
Good
do
for
all of that.
you. They do that? Where are you getting that from? Fiverr?
Yeah, from OfferUp, because I want it to
Offer
be
up?
not just like a one-off gig. I want it to be
Yes.
somebody that is with me, learn, we work together, and that has
Good
those
for
skills
you.
because I know how to do it, but or I guess the simple part of doing it, but I want to take it up another level, and so I want somebody that has been doing it, but also like I can't even keep my day scheduled. I can't even keep it straight, with everything going on. I'm still
Me
really
either.
busy. I don't know about other people you've been talking to, but I'm getting calls left and right for showing homes, wanting to sell their home, put it on the market.
I love that.
So
I
yeah,
do. People are saying the same.
yeah.
They're saying the same thing, and that's one of the messages I always want to try to get across. Look, the economy's not dead. There are some
No, the
really,
market's
it's really
hot.
hard for a lot of people who've been furloughed or let go. The real estate market itself is alive and kicking.
Yeah.
I want to go back to something you said about social media really fast. You want to learn, and I do too. And I'm going to send you a link. There's a 4-week course that usually costs a ton of money that they're offering free,
Oh
and I'll
yeah.
send you the link for that. I haven't done it yet, but it just keeps popping up on my timeline or somewhere.
Awesome.
And but I think
Thank
so.
you.
I want to get more knowledgeable as well. But I want to encourage any of you out there who are social media, digital marketing content creators. You have an opportunity here. If you made your price right and depended on volume rather than the client, you could really do a lot of good and get a ton of clients, long-term clients. I think a lot of times my social media people, the pricing was a lot different prior to the quarantine. And so if you guys can come up with a post-quarantine new world promotion, I would hire somebody to do that. I think it's
Yeah.
just while I'm learning, I need them to teach me and show me, but I would hire somebody to do some of the things. Like this morning, it took me 30 plus minutes just to get all of the names tagged in the post for the week, to get the pictures uploaded to
Yeah,
it.
that's
It's
time.
it's a lot of time, and
Yeah.
it's really not a lot of time. It's just time I could be doing something else. So it's worth it to
Exactly.
me.
And that's what I'm trying to be more mindful of too, is like I need to put my efforts into like things that will produce more rather than, just keep me known. But I want to be out there. I want to do the talking with people. I don't want to do the social media little,
Right. The
putting
nuances. It's all right.
yes.
So last question I ask everybody, what are you personally doing, not business? What are you personally doing to stay positive, to stay creative? You personally as a human being, as Alena Rivera.
Yeah, so to be honest, I struggled tremendously last month. I was very depressed. I'm a very positive, happy person, but being told that I can't go around people, oh my gosh, I was so sad. I was extremely depressed, especially because I don't know a lot of people here.
Right.
So I'm like, what? Like, I can't, go to these events and trainings and these networking and, like, that's my happy place. And coming into the office, I'm still in the office, but nobody else comes. I'm here by myself because I want that normalcy. And that's what I've been doing is I've been trying to continue with my routine. I get up, I wake up, but I've also incorporated meditation into my daily routine because I need to keep my mind focused, you know, in the right mindset, because I was letting all of the news and the negative things, I was letting it consume and take over my mind, and I was losing myself. I was losing myself. I wasn't the same Alena, you know, and so I knew that I needed to do something different. And eating healthier, you know, a lot of people are gaining weight. No, this girl's losing weight.
God bless you. I am not
Yeah.
losing weight.
Yeah, no, I'm going on bike rides, doing things that they say that we can do, you know. So I'm taking advantage of the nature, being with my family, you know. I just really trying to soak in that time. Like at first I saw it as a negative thing, but now I'm seeing it as a positive, and like it's time to slow down because we were always moving so fast all the time from here to there, not really taking into consideration our family and our needs and our health, you know. And now we are, you know, and how can we learn and how can we grow from this? So I'm just trying to remind myself every day about those things.
I love it. All right, Alena Rivera, thank you so much for being
Yes.
on the show. That was
Thank
a
you so much for
great,
having me.
I love that message. I love your positivity. I think it
Thank
is
you.
awesome. And, you know, people are hungry for learning what other people are doing. And that's what
Yes.
we're kind of trying to show, because every day I get
Oh,
a little nugget. So thank you for being on the show. You're awesome.
I
Appreciate you.
appreciate you having me. Thank
All
you.
right. We'll see you guys
Take
later.
care.
I'll be back eating
God
barbecue
bless.
soon. That should be interesting.
Yeah, big barbecue.
That's right. Bye, guys. Thanks, Alena.
Bye.